first cast, and I've got a fish on, and it was the same as yesterday. I didn't realise until I lifted into the bottom, and the bottom started to move, and the bottom's now going off into the middle of the pool. I think it's a tench, or could it be a bream? It's one of the two anyway, 100%. That's the option. Bringing the fish in. It's a bream. Let's get my landing net in place. I already have it set up. No, it's not. It's a tench. Shows how much I know, doesn't it? It is very early, first light. Still not properly light. And of course, it depends on the clarity of the water. Well, it's come in like a bream anyway. But it is a tinker. Let's unhook it and show you what I've caught. It's still very lethargic. It's like me. It hasn't woken up properly yet. There's the bait. Prawn. I've been fishing with this for the whole of September so far. Having said that, this is just the 5th. But nevertheless, I'm enjoying the sessions that I'm having, and it's certainly working, isn't it? And as I've already said in a previous blog post, the biggest tip for fishing with prawn is don't take something else, because if you're not confident, you'll cast out, a couple of minutes on, you've had nothing, you'll try another bait, perhaps maggot, which is more productive, but this will definitely sort out some bigger fish. I've just caught a roach. You'll have to take my word for that, because it slipped out my hand and back into the water. It was only a small one though, about 3 ounces. I haven't had a perch yet, which is my target species for this particular session. I don't know about you, but I always, invariably, have a particular fish in mind whenever I go out. I'm not unhappy if I catch something else. No such thing as a nuisance fish, although pike in the wrong setting could perhaps be in that category. Of course, I've had one in the swim already. You can see it charging into the smaller fish and they all scatter, and it does disrupt the swim, of course. But it's all part of the natural world, isn't it? The balance as well of the water. So don't go too hard on pike, because they do fulfill an important part of the ecological balance of what's going on out there. Remove those and suddenly you might find that the water's not as healthy as it was previously. Another nice fish. It's not a 3 ounce roach, it's a tench. Do you hear the splash there? Just in case I do lose it, at least I can say that I've had it on. Not that that's any consolation, of course. It's coming in quite tamely now though. It's on its side, over the rim of the net, into the back of it, and I'll be back. There's the fish hooked in the corner of the mouth. I've got my forceps. It's always easier and therefore kinder to the fish to use these, or a disgorger of course, but bigger fish I tend to go for the forceps. If you followed my tench campaign this spring and summer just gone, then you'll know that especially towards the end of it, it was a difficult time, and that was not just me but everyone else that was on the lake. If I'd have known, I could have come here, couldn't I? I'm doing really well, and not expected at all. Just shows, doesn't it? Try something different maybe. That's the life principle there, and certainly the angling lesson without doubt. So far it's perch fishing without the perch. Will that change though? I'm sure it will. What self-respecting stripey can resist a prawn for breakfast? The beginnings of a bite there. Will it develop? And will it be a perch? Well, the first has to happen before the second, and I don't think it is. It's all gone quiet. Let me just lift, because sometimes you do have a fish on. Very, very simple setup. Let me show you while I've got my gear out the water. Small float, shot either side. Well, one's just slipped there, but there will be a shot either side, quite tight to the float as well, because I've plummeted the depth. I know exactly what I'm fishing into. And then I've got the shot down the line, predominantly towards the top. This will sink fairly easily anyway, because it's weighted. And then I've got a small anchor shot about 2 inches away. It's good when you pull in from time to time, just to get the debris and the rubbish off the line, and the tench slime as well, so that the line's clear. That's important, I think. It's all about presentation, isn't it? And very often those small fine margins can make a difference. Let's recast and see if I can get my target.